Hi guys, Tyrus here. This particular video I will dedicate it to all those who are confused in terms of AI, this technology, what is it all about, what has it come to do. For those millennials who are old enough, you might remember when we were transitioning from 1999 to 2000, there was a major scare if the computer systems will be able to transition. I think it was a timing issue, the way programming was done there, and a lot of big corporates were spent a lot of money doing what you call redundancy measures, just to ensure that the IT systems were able to migrate from the date 1999 to now 2000. That was a major thing. Then later on, Microsoft released Microsoft Office. Now, for those who remember well, all of us, when you finished Form 4, the first thing that you needed to do was to do what you call computer packages, where you were taught on how to use a computer, but primarily to use Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, Excel, and all those Microsoft tools. And I remember that was usually the first thing and the first certificate one would get even before the KCSE results were out. And no employer would touch you if you didn't have those Microsoft packages trained. And I remember all our CVs were proficient in Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft blah blah blah, and all that. So typically, guys would do once you finish Form 4, you will do driving license. That usually now you have turned 18, you have your ID. The next thing was a driving license, then the Microsoft packages, and colleges were all over in the villages, in town, teaching Microsoft Office packages. That was a big revolution. Then later on is when now Google came in proper, and then we were transitioned now from the library to now Google search. So instead of going to the library with a catalog to look for books on a particular topic, you research, you write notes, maybe a particular project, let's say a thesis or a report, a school report will take you weeks or months to be able to complete because you had to go through that whole library catalog. That was a big revolution where now we moved from the library to the Google search, and it had its own effects and a lot of casualties. Libraries died, and literally they became just quiet places for you to go and do your work, but not to go and research. Then now we have entered the AI world or the AI technology, which has revolutionized how the world we see it, especially from what we call the white collar jobs. Now, what is AI? AI is typically artificial intelligence. This is a machine that is able to operate as the same way your brain operates. It's able to reason, it's able to do calculations, it's able to do research, it's able to compile reports, give you a lot of information that previously you needed a brain or somebody who has gone to advanced schools, a PhD, to be able to give you certain information or certain experiences. Now, this is the capability that AI has brought that will now revolutionize how we see the world. Now, AI is everywhere. AI is in your TV. AI is in your social media. When you search, let's say, you search, let's say what? Search for TV. And all of a sudden you go to Facebook, WhatsApp, social media, Instagram, everything. All of a sudden you start seeing adverts following you about TV. And you are like, how did these guys know that I'm looking for a TV? Sometimes it's like you send a WhatsApp message to somebody with a particular keyword, let's say a car, and all of a sudden you have car adverts following you all over. That is AI. AI is in our cars. Right now we are getting into what you call selfless driving cars, electronic cars that can self-diagnose themselves, that can detect accidents. It's in your what? Your electronics in the house. AI is everywhere. So you can't say that you're going to run away from AI. Now, the most impactful thing that AI is going to do is in terms of our education system. Now, we went to school to learn how to calculate or learn algorithms or formulas to be able to use them to get answers. With AI, the power is not about who knows the formula of how to get a particular answer or somebody who has the most knowledge about a particular item. Now that era is gone. The era of now being the smartest kid in the class who knows all the answers, who is able to respond to or is able to calculate the most complicated calculus mathematics, that era is gone. Now, what the new era right now is who knows how to ask questions. So for us, we went to school and we were taught how to answer or how to get the answer. But with the new era of AI, the most powerful person is the person who knows what to ask. Because AI is a very big, let me call it a canvas that you can literally paint anything on that particular campus. So the question is, do you know what you want to paint or what you're going to paint in that particular canvas? So the guys who are going to win are people who know how to ask questions, and once you ask those questions and you get an answer, you're able to know how to apply the answer. So you'll not be rewarded by thinking. You'll not be rewarded by being able to produce the best report. You'll not be rewarded by being able to give the most accurate data set or the best person who is able to analyze multiple data sets. No. The reward comes in once you get that particular information that AI has generated for you. What do you do with that information? That's number one. Number two, our entertainment industry. A lot of videos that you guys are watching on YouTube, YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and all those other things are AI generated. Now, it's very hard for you to know what is the difference between a real video and AI generated video. So we have entered what you call the era of misinformation. Somebody is able to get your face, they're able to create a video that almost looks like you, and they can maybe create you in a compromising situation, or a popular news anchor reading news about a particular politician or a particular event that was non-existent. So the era of misinformation is key. So being able to decipher the real information and the non-real information, that will be mega. Now, for me, the biggest beneficiaries are people who have perfected or what you call the blue collar jobs, the plumbers, the electricians, uh, people who offer experiential experiences like tour guides, uh, what do you call them? Things that AI cannot like physically do or touch or influence. Because we will have guys who will make a lot of money from AI, and once they make a lot of this money, they will need to spend it in areas that they cannot use AI, and that is typically experiences. So creating experiences like now here, Tickrest, you come, relax, rejuvenate. People just want somewhere they can now focus on their projects. You need a plumber, you need a mechanic. Even if the car self-diagnoses itself, it cannot change a wheel. It cannot change a clutch. So you'll still need those guys who have manual technical skills. So even for you, as you mentor your kids, you mentor these young professionals, right now is the era to be able to emphasize on what you call the blue collar jobs. These are jobs that now will hit hard. Now, if you are an accountant, you are a lawyer, you are an analyst, you are a graphic designer, you know all these jobs that now can be done by AI effortlessly. The key word is that we'll still need an architect, we'll still need the lawyers and the architects and the accountants and all that, but not the way we use them today. Because a lot of the analysis that these particular professionals do, AI will be able to do it. So the question is, if you're a lawyer, an accountant, and all these other professionals that are being affected by AI, is how fast can you learn how to use AI as a tool to be able to fast track what you're able to churn out. So if you're a graphic guy and you used to deliver your projects in 7 days, can you now deliver them in 7 hours? If you're an accountant, you used to deliver maybe end of year reports in a month. Can you now do it in a day? Because AI has done the crunching of numbers for you. So all you need is just to prepare those particular reports. So for me, AI is not like a threat. I'm looking at AI as a tool. The people who will succeed are the people who will perfect the use of AI as a tool to multiply their outputs. And this cuts across both Gen Alphas who are now AI natives, Gen Zs who are in between these particular technologies, millennials. It's a perfect opportunity because, like, for you, a millennial, you have the experience, and if you were able to get a tool that is able to give you analysis faster, and you apply your experience in those particular analysis, I actually think millennials will benefit more from AI revolution than Gen Alphas and Gen Zs. Because if you combine your experience and the power of AI to be able to do any output in an area or profession that you have perfected in, you will be a master. Majority of the projects that I used to do, even reports, the reports I used to do like for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, seated down trying to prepare a particular project report or anything like that. Those reports, I'm now doing them in 2 hours, 3 hours. So meaning if I was checking out 4 reports in a month, right now I can check out even 10, 20 reports in a month. So the key is, do I have now enough opportunities for me to be able to generate those 20 reports in a month? So that's now the mind shift that you need to have in the AI world. What tools can you use to supercharge your productivity in whatever area you are in? Look at AI as a tool. Look at AI as a medium. Plus also look at AI in terms of the social effects that it will have, and more so in terms of even the kids that we are bringing up. It's high time we now refocus on blue collar jobs, or jobs that are able to utilize the knowledge that AI is giving us. So AI has done a very good design of a house. You still need fundis and masons to build that house. AI has done a very good design of a car or an electronic gadget. You'll still need people to assemble that. Even if robots are still coming, they're still a bit far away. Now, we are also entering into what you call general intelligence, where AI models will be able to self-think and make decisions without the influence of a human being. It's scary because now they can be able to like outsmart us and do things that are totally beyond our control. But for now, AI is a tool. AI has come to supercharge what we do, and don't get left behind, because this is a new era we are in. We are not changing, and if you do not adopt, you'll be left out. A good statistic is Kenya is among the top countries that are using ChatGPT and all these other AI tools. So what that tells you is that as we have read in the mobile transformation, we have led in the social media transformation across the continent and globally. We are now also leading when it comes to the use of AI. And for you as an individual, and especially during this festive period, is just to ask, what tools can I use to supercharge what I do on a day-to-day basis? Food for thought. Tyros here. Take care.